All right, so who does not want glowing 5-star reviews for your short-term rental? Reviews are such a big deal. I mean, if you go on and you're looking at a property and you see that their reviews are 3.5, maybe barely 4 stars, there's gonna be red flags, and there's oftentimes many of us are just gonna pass on that. But when we see those 4.89, 4.92, 5-star review places, man, and we like the pictures and what it looks like, it gives us peace of mind. So today I'm gonna talk about 3 things to help you get 5-star reviews on your short-term rental. Number 1 is be honest with your rental, which includes the pictures that you take. It's awful whenever you go to a place and you know immediately these pictures were taken 10 or 15 years ago. It's the same couch, but this couch is wore out now. I've even gone to places where the comforters are dry rotting and the pictures look great and perfect, but man, they're lying to people for what it actually looks like. Or maybe you stay at an apartment and it's not clear that there's only one parking place and you and your buddies pull in to rent this spot and you find out you're gonna have to walk a few blocks or pay for parking because they weren't clear that there's one dedicated parking place. You don't have to, in your honesty, detail every little thing that could be wrong with your, short-term rental, like, oh, there's a cracked tile in the kitchen. But we need to make sure that we are presenting a clear picture to our guests. So maybe you get feedback and people are sending you private feedback and they're repeatedly saying something over and over again. Maybe it's things that you can help, maybe it's not. Maybe it is you have a cabin and it's tough to get to. There's dirt roads and people are saying, love the cabin, it was great, but it was kind of difficult to get to. Make sure in your description it is very clear and you put a positive spin and you're happy or good feelings, or I don't know, the way you word it. You don't want to be like, this cabin stinks and it's hard to get to. But the way that you word it, making sure that it's clear that, hey, there are going to be some dirt roads, there are going to be some, quick turns and stuff like that, so that people are clear about the rental. If you have that one parking place, be clear that, hey, this comes with one dedicated private parking spot for this apartment, so that people aren't blindsided by those things. So just be honest with your rental. Number 2 is keep your rental clean. The number 1 complaint on Airbnb for guests is that the home that they were staying in or the place they were staying at was not up to their standards when it comes to cleanliness. There's nothing worse. I mean, I've experienced this firsthand of being super excited about going on a vacation. You get there and I see my wife with the broom sweeping the floors with a scowl on her face because she's like, these are disgusting. There's bugs on the floor. These haven't been swept in weeks, maybe months. And just, it is such a sour note to begin your vacation and such a quick and easy way for someone to dock you on your cleanliness and even make a mention of that in the review itself. Now, for many of us, we hire cleaners, right? So maybe you're a cleaner and you're just direct hands-on. You can make sure it's clean. Make sure it's clean if that's you. Make sure there's not dust on the vanities and the bathrooms and stuff. Make sure you keep it very clean. But for a lot of folks, you're hiring cleaners, and I let my cleaners know right off the bat my expectations before they're hired, and that is I want to get constant reviews about how spotless this place is, and I'm paying you premium. I pay a premium for my cleaners. I can easily get cleaners that are $75 cheaper per cleaning, but to me, it's worth it. It's worth it to get those good reviews because that's going to get more people coming. That's going to have them telling people about it, not only online, but friends and family as they're talking about the places that they stay. Like, this place was clean. It was fantastic. That's what I want. We have got to stop being cheap. You've got to stop being cheap when it comes to keeping your place clean. You need great cleaners. So I let them know I'm paying you this so that I get great feedback and I get great reviews on this and people have a fantastic stay. So yeah, some of y'all might need to fire your cleaners. Like if you're constantly getting people saying things like, well, the sheets seem kind of dirty or the floors aren't, very clean, I would immediately contact my cleaner and say, hey, if I get one more of these, I'm going to find somebody else to be my cleaner. You got to do it. You've got to do it because that is the number 1 complaint. So keep your place clean, get excellent cleaners that you can completely trust and make sure that that thing is spotless whenever folks get there. Number 3 is communication. I think this is a huge deal because there's something very special whenever you get a short-term rental and you're a renter yourself and the host is just very communicative. They're sending you information ahead of time about how to access, hope your stay is going to be good. They're nice, they're friendly. If they are like that and they are sending, things in the middle, I hope this stay is going well. Can you let me know if there's anything that's wrong? Here's my number. If they're doing those things and there's something that's not great about the place, and maybe there was something that was just a little bit dirty, like maybe you saw some dirt in the corner or something like that. The odds of you complaining about that are going to be less if they are nice. And if they are communicating well, you're going to overlook some of those things because you're going to like them as a person. So when it comes to communication, be stinking nice, right? If someone has a complaint, I am so sorry. I will fix this as soon as possible. This is not up to our standards, not combative and fighting back or anything like that. When you're like that, and again, if there's something, maybe one of the TVs is broken and you don't even realize it. These things happen. And where they could make mention of it. And I've had that happen with our place. Like there's just been times wherever something was broken that I didn't realize it was there. And instead of putting it in the public remarks, they gave me 5 stars in the public remarks, but in the private says, hey, here's something that was not great. We were a little disappointed here. And I respond back, of course, with, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. You were amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'll make sure this is fixed. We would love to have you back, so forth and so on. So again, there's plenty of other things that I can talk about. And I'll probably do some other videos on how to get 5-star reviews. But 3 things that kind of go to the top is be honest with your review, keep the dang thing clean, and communicate extremely well. See you next time.